Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and in today's video we're basically going to pick up after the previous video, because I just did a nice round of exploration in the Devoid region. I did probably a dozen systems or so, and now I'm actually going to do another run through them to see what I've discovered before and if anything new has spawned there. So this is basically a bit of an experiment to see how much efficiency we can get out of the new persistent signatures. So luckily so far no crashes, so I should still have all the information, and I will just go through the systems again, starting of course with Vital, where if I'm not mistaken I scanned one signature and I can't even remember what it is anymore. So let's go and take a look. And here the final one was this Escama, and we just got a rogue drone asteroid infestation. Now on this trip I also encountered two 4 out of 10s. Both of them were contested by other players, and here you can see rogue drone asteroid infestation also in Vital, and that one has already been scanned, so we can just move right along on to the next system, which is going to be Chunka. And this is the big advantage: once you've done your route, you can now definitely push through it more quickly and immediately recognize the new signatures. There are also two data caches which I couldn't complete, so if we encounter those again, that is of course going to be one of those signatures that I still need to figure out an easy system for in order to basically be able to keep up with that. And here is Chunka, just a essential lookout, so I actually don't think that there was anything here in Chunka when I checked it out, so that's also pretty normal. Then we're moving on to Tashinas next. Let's see if anything spawned there. There should be a couple signatures, so we'll see. And of course I did this in my Ishtar, so I did snipe the second 4 out of 10 and I got a 22 million remote armor repair. But what I do is I give 50% to of the value to the other player that was in there, so that's what I did. You can see that here on the wallet I gave him 12.5 million. 50% finder's fee. That's how I go about when there's actual competition in some of these exploration sites. Here you can see I scanned a wormhole and there's a new signature here. So the fact that I have done two 4 out of 10s, or at least two 4 out of 10s have been done during my journey in the other systems, is very positive for any signature that pops up here now, because there is a chance of course that it's one of those 4 out of 10s that comes back in one of the nearby systems. So let's quickly scan this one down, and then let's take a look at what we're finding. Only one other person in local. I'm going to start up the hardener just because it's gonna be a 4 out of 10. Come on, let's see. Decently hard to scan so far. Let's grab it. It's of course right next to the planet of Tashinas 4. It's a combat site. Alright, we'll go two smaller again. And then we'll cross fingers and toes and hope for a good one. Let's see what you are. It's a Sancha Vigil. I'll come back. I don't feel comfortable doing this in the Ishtar because it really has too weak a tank for this. But it's good to know there's a Sancha Vigil here. So if I do my entire turn, I'll definitely come back here. Probably with what's it called? The Caldari Tech 2 cruiser. That's the one that I think has the better tank of all of my exploration combat ships. But let's continue the experiment. Now I have this Sancha Vigil scanned, and I can come back and do this one afterwards, no problem. These aren't all too popular, not too many people run them, but we've seen that they do potentially drop some good loot with implants and stuff like that. So next up here we've got Dira, and I'm actually going to pull up Dotlan on my other screen, because after that I don't know everything by heart. So let's go like that. And here again, a stable wormhole scanned and one new signature spotted, so that's alright. Let's get going. And let's see what this one is. So this is really very handy. If you wouldn't like write this down or make bookmarks of everything that you've scanned down, then you would be spending a lot more time looking back at all of these signatures. So pretty awesome in my book. And let's see what this one is. Again, we're gonna start up the hardener. It was a combat site last time, just not the right type. And this one, quite strong deviation on the second scan here, so could be a difficult one. And it's a combat site. All right, let's take a look at it. It would be a little bit surprising to still see a good combat site here in Dira, especially with 16 people in local, but there is an ice belt, so people are probably minding their ice. And this time it's a Sasha Watch. Alright, still haven't come across one of those. And then we'll move on to Neil next. So, yeah, Sasha Watch, Sasha Vigil, two pretty tough combat sites. And I think just above the 4 out of 10s when it comes to trying to scan those down. So that's why you saw both of them have pretty reasonable deviations. And I was actually hoping that it would be a mining colony, but it's not. So then we're moving on to Neil next, which I think I scanned 3 signatures there. So let's see what's still left. But I must say, very handy little change here. The fact that you come in and a stable wormhole. So we remember that from last time. There's something new. Let's check it out. Really awesome. As Red Sonia is transporting through the gate as well. Let's take a look here. There you go. This is awesome. Unstable wormhole, and Sasha Lookout. And we actually have 2 new signatures here, which in Neil is quite surprising as well. Actually, it knows quite a bit of traffic, and so usually you don't get anything good here. These also look a little small to me personally, so we are going to quickly scan them to see what they are, so that I can keep the database running. If I have enough time, I'll do another round here. But the big one, so that's going to be the small one. So we are going to focus on the bigger signature. Maybe that could be something good, but I don't think so. 3 out of 10 is possible. And I'm alone here. Alright, also a bit surprising. Let's take a look. Well, it is a combat site. And I got everything now, so I've got several 4 out of 10s, a Vigil and a watch, so maybe a 3, let's see. Nope, this one is gonna be a chemical yard. Alright, let's finish it off, so that we keep it in the database. Yeah, that was actually what I was expecting, and then this one is gonna be something like another lookout or something pretty terrible. So let's finish this. And let's grab this one, and I think it's going to be a bit more towards the center. Probably a bit higher as well. Yeah, alright. Let's go up a little bit, go bigger. And there we go. So that's Neil. After that, it was Shastal. All right. And this one, Haunted Yard. All right. So there we go, that's done. Next up, we've got the system of Shastal. Let's take a look there. I think that's where I found a 4 out of 10, which had the Vigil and the Ishtar in it, and I didn't get the loot because I was way too late. And then it had one other signature, I think, and one combat site that had just been run as well that I saw disappear. So should be one recognizable signature, and anything new again is up for us to scan. Quite interesting that already 4 new signatures in just a round of, let's see, 4 and then 2, 4, 6, 13 systems. So 13 systems is apparently a pretty good round to get a nice chance of going through it again and seeing what exactly has spawned in the meantime. So let's take a look at you. Yeah, one new one, and it's a relic site right there that that's already scanned down, and that looks decently promising in size, I would say. It would be very surprising if this were a 4 out of 10 again, because that would be a respawn in the same system. I've had it happen before, so who knows, and that's very strong deviation. Let's go a little bit smaller here, and we just need to go up a bit. In the middle of, well, nowhere. I mean, it's decently close to here, but not that close. And it's a wormhole, unfortunately. Alright. Well, that means that we can add to our database relic site wormhole. There we go. And then after Shastal we go to Hakshma, which is down there. Let's take a look at that. Several signatures here as well, I think, but this is basically your second round where scanning down all the signatures on your route means that you'll save a lot of time on the second route. And then what will actually be interesting is if on a third one we see again many new signatures spawn. So far I'm pretty happy with what I've seen. That means that something like 10 to 15 systems is actually a pretty solid round for an individual explorer in a region like Devoid, of course. So it all depends on how many other people are scanning, which I think if a lot of people are scanning, it increases the chance of respawns inside the region. And otherwise, of course, in slower regions you may be able to get by with even smaller routes as well, or well, need bigger routes just because, well, stuff won't come back that easily. This is very interesting, not what I expected, but really helpful. You can see here this data site at 46% is a data cache that I couldn't finish, and it actually remembers that. That is actually incredibly useful and very awesome. That means that I don't need to plan too much for all of these problems. That means we can just go straight to Nakatre because we've got a wormhole, we've got a Forsaken Hideaway, which I think is just an anomaly, and then we've got this data site which I won't finish on these on this setup, on these probes, because I would need a specialized ship with even better modules to finish off this data cache, and then I would also preferably grab a tech tree if I want to run it, and that's not what I'm looking for. So very nice actually. Little lesson learned here, you don't need to finish all of them. Now that opens up the room for even more efficiency. If you spot a wormhole, just stop scanning for that if that's not what you're looking for, and if it does indeed keep remembering those signatures at those percentages, there's even no need to complete every signature, which I thought you would need at first. So this is actually a very useful little test that is going to potentially increase our efficiency even more in our exploration. Here we get a data site and the Sasha Refuge, which means that from Nakatre we go to Mendori, down there, and let's see here how long, 15 minutes, to run basically half, almost half, it's not exactly half, my route here. But not a bad experience. That is really cool. I want to do at least a couple more jumps because I think it's in Lower Debil that we have another one of those data sites, and I could check to see if it does indeed remember those half scanned signatures. But that makes it very, very awesome in my opinion. So let's see what we'll find here. I think there were quite a few signatures. So of course, if you absolutely want some action in between, you can run the Lucky Clash sites, you can run the refuges, potentially escalating, potentially getting you some true Sanshas. Here we've got Drone Infestation, and that's it. I thought maybe the Sansha Hideout is a signature as well. Then we'll move on to Enum. We also have a Lucky Clash site if you want to run that, of course. But right now I'm more interested in any new signatures, because there should be 2 4 out of 10s floating around there somewhere. So let's see what Enum gives. As another Lucky Clash site spawns in. 10 in local, that's pretty decent. Off we go. This is where we add a lot more signatures. So we've got 3 wormholes and a rogue drone, asteroid infestation, couple of refuges that we could run as well. But as I've said right now, I'm not too interested in that, so we'll move on to Lower Debil. But this is where you should get that feeling of, yeah, this is definitely going to speed up my my exploration process, because I just come back in that system and I see immediately, well, there's nothing new here. I can continue on my route looking for new stuff. Now we will run through all of our systems like pretty quickly, maybe 20-25 minutes compared to the amount of time it took us to finish everything, including the scanning. So maybe the first pass around, where we already had 4 different signatures to scan, is not completely representative. Our third pass may be even shorter and with fewer signatures, just because we can run through all of this more quickly now. And let's see what we'll find here. Yeah, very, very nice actually. So you've got wormhole, you've got a wormhole here. I think Sasha Hideaway, one of the other ones, is also a signature. And here again, the data site at 66%, it's another one of those gauges that I can't complete, but it remembers that, and so I know there's nothing new here. Really awesome. Upper Debil next. We'll just finish it off. We're just a couple jumps out from the Tal, so why the hell not? And this is really, really awesome. This partial signature that is also remembered is going to help quite a lot, because that means that you can just stop this once you see it's a wormhole, and you'll just keep remembering that, so you can save a lot of time because of this. That is a very, very good and interesting discovery here. Awesome stuff for high-sec explorers, or explorers in general. I think in wormholes this could be even more awesome, because there it's all about scanning down stuff. So very, very interesting. Next system, again nothing new, and then from here we go to Lydia. Like that. Here again you've got a wormhole, and I think maybe the hideout. So that is one thing that's a little different. You can't really tell anymore which one of these was actually a signature. And even look at them, or am I wrong on that? Let's see. Can I still find them in space? For some reason I can't really look at them. Oh, up there. Yeah, you could recognize it like that. RAN is a Sasha hideout, for instance, and that one looks red, so this is a signature that has been scanned down. So that's how you're gonna recognize the difference between an anomaly like the refuge and then this Sasha hideout that's actually a scanned down signature. That's how you could do that. So, looking at Lydia next, which has just 3 wormholes left, nothing too special. Then we got Udala and then just SS Gamma left. And we're actually here pretty quickly again in... Oh, it's just a refuge that spawns in. Alright. In like 20 minutes I'm back basically where we started our route in, which makes for more efficiency, but it also does mean that I should probably look to extend my route to around 20 systems if I'm going to do longer sessions, because otherwise I'm just going to be running around in circles in too small a time frame and not really give any of the signatures a chance to actually respawn there. So yeah, that's an interesting lesson. I would actually, I think, need to up the number of systems in my routes here, but it all depends on how much time you have, how much time you want to spend. Here in Udala there is absolutely nothing, and in SS Alma there was just 1 signature available, so we'll quickly check that out, do our final jump into the Tal, and if nothing interesting drops in, that's quite unfortunate, but I will of course then go for the Vigil, which is the best site that I've found here so far, except for the 2 4 out of 10s, which we already came across, of course. So let's not completely disregard this exploration run. There were some good sites to be had for sure, as another refuge apparently spawns in as I'm in the system. Pretty weird. But SSA, what's happening here? Looks like nothing new, so we'll head out into the Tal, and why the hell not? We can go check and see if the Vigil is still available. So let's see what's happening in the Tal. Rogue drone asteroid infestations. You could run those. There is this tiny chance for a faction drop, but I've really not seen it happen very often. Personally, I don't bother with them. And well, there's a new signature, so let's see what this one is. See where it is. That seems a little small to be good. But we'll take a look. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be something pretty tiny again. So that means that we can warp there.
Warp drive active.
Combat sites. And so if this were a wormhole, you could actually stop here, continue your exploration, because you're gonna keep this result. It's just a Sasha lookout as expected. And then yeah, you could basically speed up your explorations if you're looking for some specific stuff by quite a bit by doing that. Very interesting, actually. This is actually a really nice result from this experiment. Makes it all worth it. That's very important information in my opinion. So let's dock up. Let's switch to a ship I feel a bit more comfortable in when it comes to a Vigil, and let's hope that it's still there. So off we go. And here now you'll see as I undock that I'm losing all signatures in the Tal, which is a bug that I still need to report, but We'll do... Oh, no, we actually remembered them. Okay, I take my words back. We still have them. Nice. So let's head to Tashinas and let's see if we can grab that Vigil. And that's basically my exploration runs, except of course you didn't see the whole scanning everything down on the first round. But this is generally what I do when it comes to Isaac exploration, when I've got a bit more time, because we are easily talking 1 to 2 hours to do maybe 2 rounds, maybe 3 rounds. And it used to be a lot more time intensive than it is now, because of course, well, we keep all of those results, which is awesome. So we'll quickly see if there's anything here. No, the anomaly has been run. And then in Tashinas, I have to be honest, it looks like there's a lot of competition. Even all the small anomalies are getting run at a pretty decent clip. So I would not be surprised if the Vigil were gone. Then that just means it's not the right evening for a lot of exploration. And I'll have to be very happy with the 25 million minus 12.5, which I gave to the other player. As a reward for this effort. And well, looks like it's still available, so let's get in there. Go, go, go. Put on the hardener. And I'm alone, so we should definitely be able to run this Vigil. In the SERP. I actually think that this one has a better tank than my Gila. It's the only one Gila, so I also use a mid slot for an analyzer here. And this one, I have plenty of missiles. Yeah, I do really enjoy the Cerberus. So I think I got this one from a viewer as well. And this fit, it's pretty damn awesome. If you want it, again, make sure to just mail me in game, Mizuko, and I will get you guys the fit as well. As another Lucky Clash site is available here too. But let's take a look here. Oh yeah, that's right. Lots of these batteries. So let's start by targeting those. Let's retreat a little bit. That's actually the Spectre. Alright, everything is on me. So we'll add our drones. We'll do a bit of active tanking. And then we'll need to strike the batteries down. Come on. Man, he did some decent tanking there. Let's get through this one. Now our next drones on you. Let's maybe see how long it takes my drones to take care of one of these batteries. Definitely longer than my missiles. Alright. Okay, a couple of frigates after that. Right, you are next. Whoa, they're actually going after my hobgoblins already. That is quite annoying. Because I don't have any spare with me. But alright, tanking is starting to go better. And again, yeah, return to drone bay. Return to drone bay, please. Let's put this up here. That one is in structure. That's not so great. Then let's start heading back. It's a loyal. Those loyal guys, they don't like drones. They absolutely don't like drones. So that's okay now. Give them a little bit of time to focus on me, and you do need all DPS. Oh man, pretty close for one of them on these little bastards, because they are pretty tough. go. Yeah, just keep firing. I'll actually move away a little bit again so that we can take on the next one. Do a bit of repping. But at this point, it's okay. It keeps raining missiles, but it's only half of them. So that's all right. And keeping one eye on the drones, of course. Who, again, return to drone bay, are being targeted. Get back, get back, get back. Alright, I think he made it back. God damn it, those loyal Sasha bastards. Annoying as hell. Alright, that one is down. Let's see. Another one. Okay. Probably won't even have enough missiles for this guy. So we'll need a reload. Well, you'll have to wait. Half armor. You'll have to wait. Quick reload. He's halfway down. And fire. Alright, let's redeploy this guy. Oh my god, they don't like my drones. Return. What do you have against my drones? Loyal butcher? They didn't do nothing to you. Not yet anyway. Full fire on him, please. And I think that this is why a lot of people skip those vigils. They do take a decent amount of time. And you need a pretty strong ship as well. No way that I could handle this in the Ishtar. It would take too long to get on top of these loyal butchers. And I don't have as good a tank as what I've got here in the Cerberus. So definitely pretty annoying. We'll start closing in on these guys. We'll redeploy the drones and then we'll go after you first. As I earn some points for the agency as well, not that it matters anymore at this point. I have the rewards. Good, that one is down. One and two. So you could take care of these a little bit earlier, but because they went after my drones, I felt I had to clean up all that loyal stuff right now. Next one. Then we can start orbiting this baby. As we turn around, okay. Well done. That one is down, and I'm just a spectre left. Let's start taking a look at this guy. Save some cap. Okay, Sancha security tower next. I think I have to blow that up completely as more defenders arrive at 50 kilometers. So I think we have plenty of time. Let's start by blowing this up. Let's maybe orbit this one. Or you know what? We'll need to move towards them anyways. So that's a blap. We'll return you guys. And I did hear an unlock, but I think it won't let me through as long as... oh, it will let me through. Okay, I always killed all those defenders, but apparently that's not necessarily needed. That makes this spawn pretty useless, but off we go. Let's see if we can grab the true Sancha, which I need to destroy the webbing tower for that first. So, Sancha stasis. Okay, run away. Fire. Rep. I'm not gonna use my drones on this. So we're gonna try to speed it up here. Okay, that one just got blown up. Then we've got these spider drones, which we do need to take care of. And then we need to find the true Sancha. Ooh, he's very close to me. Alright. Smalls on that. Let's... or do I just... Yeah. I wonder if I take him out, if that'll stop the drones from continuing to attack me. So he just got blown up. Ah, no, because they come from somewhere else. Alright, return to drone bay. Grab the loot. Try to speed it up with the micro warp drive bursts. Fire at the first drone. Come on. Crawl closer, you bloody bastard. Yeah, we'll want the drones out to try and get me to speed up here. But that was pretty lucky with the true Sancha spawn here, I must say. And let's just keep going as we take care of those bloody drones, hopefully. Oh my god, look at that hobgoblin. He's gone. He is freaking gone. 2 shots and he got me. I am speeding up a little bit, crawling towards the loot here. And another one. Not liked by the enemy. Man, they don't like your drones. Keep going, guys. Keep going. And this had better be decent loot, because I'm working hard for that one. Come on. That's another one down. That should speed me up again. That should get me to the loot, finally. And it's 6 million. That'll like just replace the lost drone. And a little bit. Planet 1. Warp within 20. Go, go, go. Doesn't look like I'm scrammed, so let's get the hell out of here. And that was a Sancha Vigil to end up this one. Unfortunately, no, not a great drop, but definitely an interesting experience here. Learning every time we go out here and explore. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time.
Warp drive active.